Morning. It's 2 o'clock.
Yesterday, after the rain, we're back. It's beautifully sunny. It's a little bit cold, but
really cold.
Warming up.
Yeah.
So yesterday we went really hard. We basically got up at 6 in the morning. We went and got our Tesco food supplies, everything like that.
But they've seen that now.
Yeah, and we dashed. We dashed through everything. Now, when I was on the boat before, my mum always used to complain and say like my granddad and dad could never get out of the habit of moving really quickly, and she kind of found that something where you couldn't really have any enjoyment. And yesterday I learned 2 things. One, I have a really newfound respect for my dad and granddad for how much work it is to do that kind of like solid run. And I think Christina, you're feeling, aren't you, from the locks?
My whole body, I feel like I've done some kind of boot camp class. But yeah, I feel exhausted.
It's incredible for exercise. But now I'm thinking I need to find some kind of medium, and we need to find some medium between trying to move fast, but also have a nice time.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and recalibrate. Rather than go solid, we're going to try and go fun.
Yeah. We did 1 whole day of trying to go fast. We didn't like it. Today, the plan is, we don't actually have a plan. We pulled up before some locks. What are these locks called? I don't know. We pulled in because it was raining. We do have like a lock coming up. There's a lot of locks on this next stretch, so we just want to kind of chip away at those today. We don't have a specific place we want to get to. Just go along, see how we get on, tick some locks off.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Go with the flow. And actually now it's really sunny, so we can actually enjoy this gorgeous Saturday and yeah, have a nice little cruise. That's it. I've just checked and where we are is Slapton. We're about to come up to Slapton Lock. As we approach Slapton Lock, a really lovely group of gentlemen also set off on their narrowboat. They are also trying to make swift progress through the locks towards Marsworth, so we agreed to tackle them together. The group on the other boat had been boating together for many years, so they operated like a well-oiled machine. They'd have one person who would go ahead and set the next lock, which made everything really speedy, and they also knew a lot about the area, so it was really nice to chat about good pubs and moorings, and it made the process really easy and pleasant. When there's a bunch of locks like this which are quite spread out, it's always slower than a flight of locks which are bunched together, because each time you have to drop off and pick up the person who will operate the lock, instead of them staying on the land, it takes way longer. But the other group were extremely efficient, and between the 5 of us, we made really good progress. It took us a little while to work out what these weird structures were, but it's the movie adaptation of Wicked that was being filmed here. Obviously, all the bright green is the giveaway. They had a couple of different sets for Emerald City and Shiz University, if you're familiar with the story. I can't wait to see how it ends up looking in the film. All of these sets were temporary structures, and now the fields are back to normal as if it never happened. Other way. Well, one single boat. So quiet. I just can't believe it. It's so gorgeous. I'm sure I've said this before, but autumn might just be the prettiest time on the canals, and the quietest. If I was going to have a canal boat holiday, I would definitely do it in autumn. And don't let the torrential rain of previous vlogs sway you. That can happen at any time of the year. Believe me. So we've just moored up before Marsworth Lock of Flights, and like literally just in front of directly. So tomorrow we can get started and doing that. It's gorgeous out there, look at this. Stunning. Not pushing ourselves to do the max number of hours cruising like we did the previous day meant that we could actually moor up in a nice spot and go for a walk around the area, which was a much more pleasant way of doing things than mooring up basically in the dark. We walked around the reservoirs, which was so peaceful and so vast. And we definitely earmarked some more moorings for a longer stop in the future. That's what's really nice about coming back somewhere a second time, because you already know the mooring options and you can head straight to those nice spots. The first time you moor somewhere, you're always feeling under pressure to take the first available spot in case that's all there is and there's nothing else ahead. You just never really know. We once again got lucky with our lock companions and buddied up to a couple on a little hire boat who are also lovely. This was a Sunday, so there were a lot of people around on the towpath doing wholesome Sunday activities. Look, it's a nice looking boat. But it's obviously been abandoned. God, that's horrible. There's stuff just floating in there.
Yeah,
oh man. Does this boat make my arse that big? Very good. The sign says fat bastard.
How much for this in London?
Wood location with great amenities.
Would suit a hobbit. Just coming through Calrose Marina, just a small factoid. I made their website in 1999, set them up with a boat brokerage so they could sell online, and here we are.
We stopped at Cow Roast to top up our water and get rid of some rubbish. The name Cow Roast apparently comes from cow rest, not any kind of weird barbecue connotation. It's located on the site of a Roman settlement, and they've excavated lots of artefacts here, leading it to being assigned as an ancient monument. Apparently it was a place that cows were allowed to rest and graze on the way to market in London, or Londinium as it was called then. I've had some comments in recent vlogs asking us about the division of boating labour, as in, why am I doing all the locks and Andrew is steering the whole time? It's a totally valid question and I don't mind people asking, but I also don't want anyone to think I'm being forced to do hard labour on the lock front line or something. I actually don't think it's any more tiring to do the locks than to steer the boat. They're both really quite tiring in their own way. But at this point, it was just that I wasn't quite as experienced at steering, and I felt really nervous about being in control of the boat on my own inside the lock. And these locks are big and deep, and there's a lot of things that could go wrong in a lock, and I didn't feel comfortable quite yet. But I also didn't feel like my steering was quite up to scratch, and with wide locks there was always the possibility of sharing with other boats, and I didn't want my learning process to involve hitting other people's lovely boats. After this one, we'll probably start looking for a mooring. It wasn't ever my intention to be like, we're going to do locks this way forever, but it was just a quite temporary moment before the right time to practice these new skills arose. Hopefully, the last lock for today. But who knows?
Very solid day's cruising there, I think. A lot of locks. How are you feeling? Fair enough. Let's find a mooring.
Let's do it. As we entered Berkhamsted, our first impression was that it was very nice, and the moorings were rammed. I think this was the first time we saw double moored boats on the way to London.
We just sailed past everything. There were in fact no moorings, so Chris is now doing another lock. It's getting a little bit late, so hopefully we'll find something after this one.
Luckily, we found a spot just after this very fancy bridge and moored up. So we've moored up. That's it. What was I going to say? So we did 15 locks today, which probably is the most locks we've ever done in a day. I'm not sure we've ever done anything close to that. And maybe in the last couple of days we did like 9 as the most. So 15 locks is a lot, I think, in a day. I'm quite tired, but we're here now, so we're going to check out what's around, maybe go and find the nearest shop, and then, yeah, relax, rest, I think. Rest my weary muscles after all of those locks.